Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is the, it is who? It is Rosie Rosette 2020 Pal. What is going on with T.I. and Tiny? I mean, it seems as if every day it's getting worse. This is reminding me of the R. Kelly and the Bill Cosby. Well, actually, it's really reminding me of the Bill Cosby in that it's similar, the family hustle, the Cosby Show. Okay, they both had the same, you know, kind of family oriented TV shows. And then the only thing is, I don't think Camille, as I said in the other one, I don't think Camille took part in such activities. But you never know. You never know. Maybe they didn't let it out or whatever. You know what? Now that I think about it, I wonder, did she ever, Bill Cosby's wife, ever participate in a threesome? Uh, Hmm, that's a good question because back in the day, you think this is wild. Well, we're going over with T.I. and Tiny. Back in the day, that when Coke was in Studio 54, whatever, and you know, I think they were a lot wilder back then because they didn't have social media and cell phone cameras and everything. So I think it was a little more freaky deaky than Tiny and Ti. Yes, that's what I honestly think so. Um, but now they have this attorney from a brother, a young man. He appears to be young, a young man from is he does he live in New York? I think his name is Tyrone. And he gave a press conference. I saw it on um where did I see it on? Michelle ATLian. I surely did. And it just like, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. I'm trying to find this attorney. I guess I should have did it before. I know. Um, it just seems like it's getting worse. I'm trying to I'm trying to talk and do this or whatever. But oh God, I'm just wondering what happened to Lisa Bloom. Was it Lisa or her daughter who was going to go after Ti? I think that I think that they're trying. I think that Tiny and Ti are trying to. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this. I think they're trying to pay off everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, shit. Anyway, I think they're trying to pay off everyone. But as this attorney Tyrone, I wish I had more of his information, but I don't right now, and I can't seem to look and walk and chew gum or whatever. But anyway, um, seems like he's not going after the money. That he really wants to go after the criminal acts that allegedly happen in these scenarios. Now, even like with Bill Cosby, I think a lot of them were paid off. But it only takes one person with proof to actually put you in jail. Now, another thing. Now, this attorney, Tyrone, I can't get his last name. Um, this attorney said that T.I. pulled a gun on three kids. Three kids. The boy allegedly an 8, 6, and was it a 4-year old? And I'm like, okay, okay, now this is too much. What is up with T.I. pulling a gun and putting it to people's little kids' heads? If this happened, I don't know if this has happened. I don't know the proof. And then, the attorney was talking about Jane Doe 1. I guess it's Jane Doe 1 through Jane Doe 11. Okay, this is just getting a little too rash. But you know what? When people have that money, remember I told you when they when people get money like that, they get crazy. They get a little, they get beyond themselves. They seem as if they're untouchable. And what's going on is that if all of this happened, if Ti is paying people off to shut up, but so did Sabrina? Was she paid off when he put a gun to her head? Or, did she just like wipe it off in order to still be around that clique? Nah, you can keep all that political popularity or whatever. I'm not with that. I know a lot of popular people, and actually, mostly all of them are blocked. Mostly all of them are blocked, friends and family, because they feel as if they can do no wrong. And I'm just not the one. I'm just not the one. Listen, I will blast you. I don't care who you are. Well, you see, heck, I'm always blasting out the President of the United States and Kamala Harris and anybody else. If I can do that, I can. I have no problem blasting out whatever. Heck, this guy tried to blast me out on, what was it? On YouTube. We go back and forth, but you know what? Usually when men are doing that, they're attracted to me and they want that attention. Because it ended up, he was saying something about, oh, well, my type is Vanessa Williams. Okay, I don't care who your type is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter to me because for one thing, you don't even have a picture in your profile. Anyway, let's get back to T.I. and Tiny. The people with the money, they're kind of just like with Bill Gates. Is he allegedly the reason why we have this COVID-19 so that they can, get rid of some people? Well, guess what? Yeah, I guess you did your job, Bill Gates, if you are in fact one of the people who are allegedly one of the ringleaders in this COVID-19. Oh, you did your job because now it's 518,000 people who are dead. Anyway, back to T.I. and Tiny. If T.I. has a pattern of putting his gun to someone's head and multiple people, he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail. If he has that much pull, where he's putting guns, well, is he supposed to have a gun? And then someone else said that he may be working for the feds, allegedly, because all of those charges, there's no way that he could only do such a short amount of time. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Because, okay, so if he is working for the feds, so they couldn't protect him with all of these allegations. See, it's just too convoluted. And then I keep thinking about, again, I said this in the other video, but Kandi and Tiny are best friends. And it just seems like it's entangled, but I'm sure Kandi and Todd are like, whoa, no, we're not about to lose our empire because y'all screwed up, or but you never see T.I. and Todd. You never see them together, ever, ever, ever. Now, what happened there? Because honestly, I mean, as quiet as it's kept, you never see Kandi and Tiny together anywhere. I mean, only in regards to the group, but any other event, Tiny is never around. So I'm just wondering what is going on in Atlanta. You guys, you know what? I hope T.I. and Tiny, I hope these allegations are not right. But I've been hearing about T.I. and Tiny and their bedroom escapades with the threesomes for about 4 or 5 years now. 4 or 5 years now. And even I think Tasha K mentioned something about, was it Tasha K? No, I think it was Gossip Girl XOXOXO. And yeah, it was Gossip Girl XOXO. I wonder why she's not really covering this. But I remember she said that she read something on her video that Ti and Tiny, that hookers don't even want to deal with them because they want too much. And didn't someone say something about how someone was performing fellatio on Ti for 6 hours? Like, what kind of they you know what? That sex thing is just too much. If sex can bring down an entire empire, you know what? You guys may just want to chill for a minute. But what kind of couple are you guys? I mean, I understand being an open relationship, but this is a little like psycho weird, um S&M-ish, like illegal drugging people. Like, why do you need to drug people in order to have sex? I mean, I don't know. I've never really been on an actual high, and having said maybe a little drunk, but actually like drugging him on ecstasy or whatever, And I'm hearing that they're having people like drink a little substance, like something that appears in a Sprite drink. Listen, I'm good. See, it's just too much. It's just too much. And then these are people from California and New York. The attorney said that he didn't want to touch Atlanta and Georgia because I guess I'm assuming allegedly that Ti has too many people on the payroll. hmm And that happens. That does happen. That definitely does happen. This is just really, it's not sad because Ti and Tiny, they're grown and they made these choices and they wanted to be freaky deaky. I guess they wanted to be the freakiest couple in America. Well, guess what? You got it. But you know what? This is nothing. There's a lot of freak, nasty, rich, powerful people who, I mean, come on, who traffic and rape and sodomize and kill, and it's all kinds of gory stuff. That goes on every day, every day. High powered politicians, super rich pedophiles. It's just, but you know what? I don't know. It just, to me, I've been celibate for 5 years. With all of this, I can't see myself having sex for another 5 years. I don't know if I'll ever have sex again. It's just too much evilness in just the fornication. I'm not talking about having sex to make a baby because that's legally, but well, not legally, but by the Bible, that's the only reason why you're supposed to be having sex. Now, all of these extra activities, as far as sexually, mm-mm, mm-mm. This is too much. This is too much. I mean, and I love P Valley, and I was just saying that, um, what's her name? Candy needs to open up a strip bar, but I don't know. All this is just a little too dirty. I feel a little too filthy. I do. Just even talking about, you know, how many, they said that T.I. may have had sex with thousands of women. Now, but did T.I. and Tiny have sex with thousands of women? Like, what type of appetite do you guys have? I mean, well, maybe Tiny is doing this to save her marriage, to keep her man. I guess she's like, well, if you're going to cheat, I want to be there with you. Oh, honey, what these women will do to keep a man, to keep a marriage going. I tell you, honey, this freak nasty stuff. Now, when it gets to the point where you have to drug somebody, Tiny, you know what? It's time to stop. Let him go. Let T.I. go, because not only are you going to lose him, but you guys are about to go broke. When it comes to you losing your freedom, it's better to lose the man and lose everything you have than to lose your freedom. You got all these kids. You have a show that's canceled. Now, you know, you can't even think about your reputation because you have to focus on your freedom now. See, I don't know. I don't know who you guys pissed off, but y'all pissed off someone and they're out for blood. They're out to take you down. Now, T.I., you've had many a chances. I mean, you went to jail, what, a couple times? And then Tiny took the charges of when you guys had some type of drugs in the car, whatever. Now what? You want Tiny to take these charges too? Because actually, Tiny seems like she was the aggressor from the stories that I hear. I'm like, how is some little girl, some little, no, I'm not gonna say that, some little lacking in height person. I was gonna say a couple other things, but whatever. I wish that little girl would try and slap me or, demand this or demand that. Oh my God. And then I'm hearing that these people, one girl almost tried to commit suicide because of what? Well, what did they do? What did Tiny and T.I. do to these women that they're in therapy? One had to drop out of college. One tried to commit suicide. Like, what is going on? Okay, sex is not supposed to be all that. Sex should not send you to therapy. Now, I mean, only time sex should be sending you to therapy or to the points where you want to kill yourself or you got to drop out of college. Like if you were raped brutally or molested as when you were little. But honey, what is T.I. and Tiny doing to these people, women? I don't know if men are in it or I don't know. I don't know, but this is just too much. But what's ironic is that this fool T.I. is trying to be a stand-up citizen for Atlanta. Fool, honey, you got it confused. You can't be Molly popping and ecstasy in Bill Cosby and people, and then, well, you know what? And then trying to stand up for the community. But didn't Bill Cosby do the same thing? Didn't Bill Cosby, wasn't he Papa Molly's and all that? He made jokes about it, but then he's trying to tell people how to raise their kids. How is that possible? And now he's in jail. But I guess Bill Cosby was T.I.'s idol, and so he's trying to follow in his footsteps. This is just too much. It's just really too much. I mean, and it's like it's coming way out of left field because you would never imagine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having uh, an open marriage or whatever, having a high sexual appetite. There's nothing wrong with that. I love sex, but to rape and beat and pass on women or whatever, it's just not right. Not when you're trying to, be condescending and or be the upstanding gentleman for your city, and you and the mayor have ties or whatever. Even though politicians are filthy, they're dirty, filthy, nasty, gutter, whatever. But if you're trying to be that man or that person, the family guy, you can't go around raping allegedly, drugging allegedly. Um, is are there molesting charges too allegedly? Like this is just too much. And Tiny girl, honey, we already know Tiny got issues, but it's just sad that she finally got that face together. She looks she she looks okay. She I don't think Tanya will ever be beautiful, but she kind of got the nose and the lips and whatever else. She finally got that look to the point where she's okay. She's okay. She's just okay. And now this. That's the travesty of it all. How you gonna get your look together and then you gonna look all like that, put all that money into that face and that body or whatever, and now you may be going to the slammer. Who's gonna raise the little girl, the cute one? Who? And someone put in my inbox that Deja. Okay, someone put in my inbox that Deja, or I don't know if it was in my inbox or over under one of my videos, that Deja has nothing to do with it. That someone, okay, this is what someone put in my inbox, that allegedly Deja moved out of the house because T.I. was acting really weird in that he used to go into Deja's room at 5 a.m. in the morning asking her, does she want a, a cheese sandwich or a cheese melt sandwich at 5 a.m. in the morning? So, from what I heard, or from what this person put in, is that now she has moved out of the house. I didn't know if she lived in the house. I thought she always lived with her mom, but she's 18 now, so I'm sure she's on her own. But that Deja has moved out of the house and she has cut ties with him. But I don't think that's true because they were all on a trip, I think together. They were on a boat and I think she was with them. But I don't know how recent this cutting off is. But you know what? You got a weird dad who has a high sex drive. But I don't think that he would have molested or done anything to her because he wouldn't be saying, oh, she's not a virgin or something, cause especially if he's been molesting her. But Tokyo Tony did say, Lord, it's just too much that Neek Neek's baby is T.I.'s, like, what? Allegedly. This whole video is allegedly because this is too much. T.I., you need help. You need help. I don't care if 29 of these women are lying. That one and all of these allegations, where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay? Now, I always try and put myself in this position. You know, people may say, oh, she's crazy or whatever. Now, and then someone says, oh, well, if 30 people say you're crazy, you're crazy. No, because 29 or 39 or 30 people could be having issues towards me. They may feel a certain type of way for whatever reason. But unless 30 of those people are psychiatrists or doctors or whatever, they can't, they can't say anything about my mental state. But as far as T.I., it's too much coming from different directions. You know what I'm saying? There's too much. People were talking about Deja, okay, but they did say that they are into the freaky deaky. Okay, I get it. I can't keep reiterating that I don't have a problem with being freaky deaky. But again, you can't be raping and sodomizing and putting people to sleep and they're waking up with a towel over themselves and your security is making them come out of bed. You just can't do that. And try and be that guy, the Bill Cosby, the pure, well, the Bill Cosby of old, not the Bill Cosby that's in jail, but the Bill Cosby of old. That's when Bill Cosby was doing it. So, T.I., are you taking notes from Bill Cosby? Because I'm just confused. And girl, Tiny, I don't care how good-hearted you are. If you were drugging bitches, honey, you need to be put under the jail. I don't care how many babies you got. I don't care how many people you've helped out. Like, you guys have this yin and yang, or what is it when you totally flip? You, like, you guys need help. Even if you guys get past this, you guys need some intense therapy. Intense therapy, because there is something that is seriously wrong with you guys. Like, you guys need to be in a psych ward or something. No, because this is a little too crazy. I mean, the more details that come out, and then I saw something with Whack 100 saying he knows something. There's too many people that know something that aren't telling. Now, why they're not telling, I don't know. I don't know, because let me tell you, if I knew something, I would say it, but, I'm a snitch. But I think T.I., like Suge Knight, like P. Diddy, whatever, he's putting his money in it to back up these allegations or to erase them, because that attorney did say that T.I. and Tiny's attorney contacted him and wanted to settle. See, they're trying to just erase all this with cash, but sometimes cash is not enough. People need to be convicted of their wrongs. Not all the time, but just sometimes. But, this is going back 15 years. And if T.I. put a gun to an 8-year-old's head, I'm done. I'm done. Give me the key and I'll lock him up. Give me the keys. Honey, I will help investigate whatever it takes to put him under the jail. Him and Tiny. Him and Tiny. Him and Tiny. And whoever else. Whoever else. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm glad people are not going after the money. But you know what? People who are ending their lives or dropping out of college or trying to, commit suicide or whatever, there is something more than we can even imagine that went on, if this is true. If this is true. But for someone to want to commit suicide, or who's in intense therapy for a threesome, what the fuck did y'all do? No, excuse me. That's the problem. You guys were fucking. But what is it? What are you guys doing that's driving people mad and crazy? It has to be more than drugs. It must have been some severe abuse. And for that alone, no. Mm-mm. And they're thinking that they can just wipe it out with throwing money at people. No, you can't deal with people's mental by just throwing money. A lot of times you can't buy people. You can't buy me. You can't buy me. Okay, I'm not. Well, yeah, I am here to be bought. No, I'm here to be paid, but you can't buy me. If you do something wrong, and it appears that allegedly a lot of wrongs has happened, you got to pay. You do the crime, you got to do the time. T.I., you can't just throw money at people. And just Tiny, I'm just like so horrified. And anyone who tries to advocate for these wrongs, you guys need some help too. Because there's no way in hell that you should be having sex as a threesome and then after that event people want to just kill themselves. What is going on in Atlanta? No, not only Atlanta, in New York and California. And I'm sure there's many others all across the nation. T.I., you may need to get castrated or something like that because this is just too much. But there's just so much going on in Atlanta. There's so much going on. I mean, there's a lot of prosperity, but Jesus, there's a lot of filth too. And I'm not a stuck up, you know, prudy type person. I'm very open minded. But this right here, no, honey, there's no open mindedness to this. And I'm trying to, figure out, well, no, this and that. But every day it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I just can't wait until Tasha K comes out with her documentary. Because unless she's on their payroll, she's coming. So you guys all just sit back, honey, because when Tasha K comes out with this, it's all done. But, I think she's reported on this a long time ago. But when she comes out with it, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if she may, because listen, she may be the one that puts them under. She was the one that put R. Kelly under, even though they didn't use her in that documentary. Did she do anything about Bill Cosby? She may be the one that puts the icing on this cake. So you guys beware. Beware of this. All right, bye.